Alrighty, so it is Monday, May 4th, 2020, Coronavirus Central. And I am packed up, ready to go. And it's going to be, next shots are going to be airport, heading to Dallas, Texas to go pick up, hopefully, a 100 series. So here we are, we're at Ontario Airport in the middle of COVID, on the way to go get a Land Cruiser, there, Lexus LX470. So, wish me luck. I'll bring you guys in, but should be interesting. It's pretty dead, which is awesome, but we'll see what happens. She is. We own it. Paperwork's done. Here it is. Nice and clean. Not perfect. Couple things wrong. Couple little spots that need to be touched up. But overall, I'm super happy with it, and yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna definitely have some updates here soon. Well, about it. So, as you saw in the video before, I did a quick walk around, and I'm actually driving, and I'm actually in McKinley, Texas right now. I'm actually heading to go meet up with some friends right now at a barbecue place. They said it was pretty good. They're from California. They moved out here just recently. They own a race shop out here, and they're like, if you're gonna come to Texas, let me at least show you some good barbecue. So I took them up on it. Now I'm driving. So overall impressions, just initially, pretty good. Drive's great. Right now I'm getting 15.3 miles per gallon, which is awesome. I guess for a V8 of this age. Notice a couple small things. The radio does not work. Thankfully I brought my headphones, so I got to figure that out. He did warn me to give him a fair shake. He said that somebody had tried to install like a radar detector or something of such, and then when he got it, it would go in and out. So I press the volume button, antenna goes up, and it says audio's off. He also said that the disc for the navigation is missing. So when I hit the menu button or map or anything like that, nothing shows up. It says, let's see here, it says the external system is not connected. So I gotta figure out what that means. I did, while looking through the owner's manual, I did find the disc. I believe I found the package for the disc. I didn't feel if there was a disc. I just saw it, closed it up, put it back in there. So I gotta find that disc, as long as I have it, put it in and see what happens and kind of go from there. Overall, I'm not sure, this is not an original seat. So this seat has been reupholstered. I'm not sure if it's the fact that I've had just a couple hour flight, my back's been wrecked because of that, or the fact that the seat's lumbar support maybe is not the best, or maybe the padding isn't. I've adjusted it down. It was all the way out like I'm doing it right now, and it's bringing pain, so I'm gonna stop doing that. So I'm gonna look into that. Maybe worst comes to worst, I can take it down to a upholstery shop back in SoCal, and I'll have them maybe put some more padding in there. I don't know what our options are. I'm not sure if this is a common problem, maybe just being a wuss, or again, maybe I'm not giving the car a fair shake because my back was just wrecked from the flights. 4 low works great. The height control was giving a little bit of an issue, but as I started driving, now it goes in and out, so seems to be just fine. Probably needs to be serviced. It is a hydraulic system, so with the hydraulics, I'm assuming these people, it's got 173,000 miles on it, never once touched that. So there's a couple things that need to be fixed. So first off, WeatherTech floor mats getting ordered. He did install brand new Lexus cloth mats, complete waste of money. As nice as they are, and actually maybe in the summertime I might run them, because when I drive flip-flops, I always take my flip-flops off when I'm driving, and WeatherTechs are kind of gritty sometimes, but he's got these kind of faux WeatherTech mats, but the WeatherTech mats I think just catch more, and I really like that, and they're more form-fitted, so it works pretty good. Overall, front bumper, gonna do a TJM and a couple other small things, and really just get the baseline on this. It needs heater tees. It's leaking, so that sucks. It needs to get a timing belt, so I'm gonna do all that. So I am pulling up to go get some barbecue right now, so I will check in with you guys on my way once I figure out what my plan is, and we'll go from there. Okay, so as a native Californian, I've always, like, we've always had In-N-Out, and I've always, because online you'll see all these reports, oh, In-N-Out, Whataburger, Smash Burger, Five Guys, whatever. Tried all of those except for Whataburger, and today is that day. Now there's apparently, everyone's like, oh, it's like Burger King. So fries are okay. The barbecue sauce on point as far as size goes. Like, good job, guys. That's like my biggest pet peeve. It's like, you'll say, can I get a side of barbecue sauce? And they give you like these little tiny ramekins or these little sauce packets, and it's literally never enough. So all right, so this is their new barbecue bacon burger. We'll give it a shot. I mean, it's not horrible. Don't mess with Texas. Let's keep up the miles and miles of Texas highways. Beautiful. That's nice. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm gonna be honest. It does feel like Burger King, I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably get a lot of hate for that. But Burger King is like, they double stack, or they have those real thick papers. That has that same type of feel. The fries, I have, honestly, these are almost like McDonald's fries, which is not horrible. Never thought I'd be doing food reviews. It's not bad. I texted a good buddy of mine. We said I screwed up because I didn't get a chicken biscuit. No idea. All I can tell you is I know that Chick-fil-A and Popeyes got that chicken biscuit game on lock. I like them both. I like the crispiness of the Popeyes. Waffle fries for Chick-fil-A, no one beats them. But still good. But this burger, not horrible. I'm glad I tried it. I almost didn't stop, but it's 1:45. I've been driving since 7 a.m. Just getting hungry, and I'm super glad I tried this. It's good. Big too. So I'm gonna get back to eating. Just thought I would document my first Whataburger, and yeah, not bad. So I kind of screwed myself. Well, I'm not sure who to blame. Mostly me because I'm driving, but I'm gonna put Apple on this. Apple has taken me some bum-fucked route. I'm on the 209 no gas stations. There was no signs, not their fault, completely my fault, stipulating there's going to be no gas stations for the next X amount of miles. I had about a half a tank. I'm down to a quarter tank, getting 16 miles a gallon. I have 71 miles left, so that's still a good number. But I'm in the middle of nowhere. And every small town I pass, no gas stations. No signs, nothing. Now, there is people traveling this road, so there is hope there. But I really screwed the pooch. For some reason, the Apple Maps took me, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just done Google Maps like I normally do. But I'm wearing my watch, and it was just easier, so I decided to do that route. So, should have used Google or a better mapping software, not Apple. But yeah, it took me some bung route off of 40, and so now I'm crossing my fingers. A vehicle that I've only owned for less than 24 hours is going to take me to a gas station where I don't know where it could be. It could be right up here, 5 miles away. It could be 80 miles away and I have to walk 10 miles. No idea. Thankfully, it's only 72 degrees outside. I'm getting 16 miles per gallon, which is not horrible, especially, you know, this is kind of what is advertised. So I have 70 miles, so we'll see. I'm coming up to another town. It's probably going to be like every other small town I've driven through, and they'll have nothing. I don't even have cell phone service, which sucks. It keeps going in and out, in and out. And yeah, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers here that I find somewhere that's gonna have gas. That would be amazing. So I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, by the way, that's not a town. It's literally 4 houses. That was it. So they're getting gas from somewhere, but is it within 70 miles? Which I hope it is. I'm assuming it is. But we'll see. I screwed myself. So I didn't plan for Apple taking me the route that it did when I should have stayed on the 40. Because I know there's gas on the 40. And I wasn't paying attention. And I let Apple kind of swing me a boot. And we'll see what happens. Keep you guys updated. Well, we might be in luck. So I finally got service, and the 209 is going to be dropping me back on the 40. I've since now got service, deleted Apple Maps from the route, or should I say stopped Apple Maps, and I've fired up Google Maps. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. There's probably a lot of people going, are you serious? You're like rookieing it. Kind of am. My bad. But yeah, so apparently I'm 15 miles away from a little city I can't pronounce the name of because it's not on my thing. Starts with a T. And I've got 50 miles left on range. I'm almost to my reserve. And I'm getting 16.2 miles per gallon. Driving at 70. So, not horrible. Especially for a V8. Especially for being 2004. Who knows what kind of maintenance has done this so far. So I think I'm okay. But until I've got a gas pump pumping gas, I'm not going to celebrate, because I've been in this situation before where you're counting your chickens before the eggs hatch, and all of a sudden the gas station's closed. So I'm not going to get too excited, but apparently there's a Shell station. I'm assuming that's going to be good to go. If it is, I'm solid. If I'm not, I'm going to really use this quite well. Well, it didn't die. That's a positive note. I've got gas filled up 219 for 90 octane. And yeah, pretty impressive though. I will say, babying it, probably like I should be driving, is 16.5 mpg, which is pretty damn good. So I'm excited about that. On that tank of gas, I had 47 miles left, and I went 292 miles. Not horrible, for this old school V8. So I'm going to reset that to 0. I'm going to do it again. I got a couple more miles to go until I'm home. Let's see here. Restart this and start.
Head south on South 1st Street toward East Melaluna Avenue.
Boom. 13 hours, 43 minutes. So that is 920 miles. And so I'm going to be filling up about 3 more
Head
times.
north on South 1st Street toward East Washington Avenue.
I got it. Give me a break. So we'll see if I make it all tonight.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto the ramp.
Right. I'm going to put her on mute. We'll see how far I can get. The goal was originally to make it in one little go, but I don't think that's going to happen. Reason I'm saying that is 900 miles going the speed limit. Says I'm going to be home at about 4:26 a.m. That's pretty damn late, or pretty damn early, depending on the way you want to look at it. And that might be a little bit too much in one push, because I've been driving since about 7 a.m. Documenting, taking pictures, all that fun stuff, and just kind of taking my time. So I'm gonna make the best of it, and we'll see what happens. But at this point, it appears I'll get there tomorrow, obviously, and I've got about 3 more tanks of gas to get, maybe 4, depending on how mileage goes, and we'll figure it out. So I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, as the sun sets, depending on where I'll be, I'm assuming somewhere near Flagstaff. I might stop, try to get some photos, definitely of the sunset, as well as the new 100 series, and we'll go from there. So, cheers! Finally got my rock stars, first one of the day. I got a second kit if I need it. Hopefully I won't. And we're gonna make the best of it. Enjoying it. Got this great book by Jack Carr. I believe they're gonna make it a film, and it's a Navy SEAL book. And I don't want to give the premise away, but it's really good. So if you're into thrillers, if you ever were into the Bourne series, or what's the other one? Hell, even The Accountant with Ben Affleck, and Jeremy Renner he was just in the one of the Bourne, and then it was all Dylan. It's kind of like John Wick. It's the same premise of John Wick, just more of a Navy SEAL version with a lot more conspiracy. It's kind of reminds me of almost Shooter. Same type of plot, but really good. Emotionally, really connects you to the book or audio. Because I know some people are like, "You're not reading, you're listening." Well, I'm driving, so I can't read. This version of the 100 series did not come with autopilot, so I'm kind of SOL on that. So I'm going to have to listen, and it's making this drive a lot more tolerable, that's for damn sure. But I highly recommend it. It's by Jack Carr. It's on Audible. Big thanks to Joe Rogan for that recommendation. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Apparently there's 3 books. And I really hope they don't lead it up and not finish it, make me do other books. I want to read the other books, but I don't know how this will end, so we'll kind of see. So scenery's changed. We're finally in New Mexico, or by we I mean me in the vehicle, and so the scenery's a lot more New Mexico than Texas was, if that makes any sense. There was a lot of green, a lot of flat, a lot of dairy. There's not that here. It's more some green, but mostly shrubbery, and more hills, as you can probably see behind me, and some mountains, as I know we'll get into it, more red clay. So it's really, really beautiful. I'm 162 miles from Albuquerque. And yeah, kind of excited. Make the best of it. So thanks so much for tagging along if I can talk. And yeah, back to my book. See you guys later. Well then, this has been exciting. So my whole thoughts on this whole coronavirus has evolved. I really don't have like that big of an opinion on it. I'm not certain how bad it is. I'm not a doctor. I can just tell you from California, everyone's like, oh my God, the world's gonna end, yada, yada, yada. Our death rate's high-ish, but it's not the worst out there. I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse. Or worse, I should say. But I'm driving through, I was gonna get a hotel, and I'm in Gallup, New Mexico. And I see all of these cops, and I can't figure out why. And I see a sign that says, Gallup is closed. I was like, wow, that's an aggressive stance. And so I pull off the freeway to go to the hotel, and I get stopped by the National Guard. And they're like, hey, well, what are you doing? And I was like, I was gonna go see if I was gonna get a hotel. What's going on? They're like, well, the city's closed because of the virus. And they go, it's really bad here. I was like, oh no. So, and there's a cop over there. He's like, yeah, just keep going through, man. And I was like, well, you know, I've been driving all day. I've been driving since 7 a.m. in Texas. I was like, I was really looking forward to maybe just getting a couple hours of rest. I was like, where would you recommend? They're like, well, you can technically still go to the hotel. All the National Guard staying over at the Marriott, over at like Spring Comfort or whatever it is. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go over there. I'll take a peek at it. And went over there, and a lot of National Guardsmen all hanging out in uniform, and kind of just all hanging out. And go inside. It's 9:25, and there's a bunch of people in the meeting room and all of that. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is a little bit different. I've been through Texas. It's like no big deal. Come from California, everyone's like, yeah, well, you know, who knows? It's still kind of normal. It's just you can't go to restaurants. Texas was a lot better, but cruising through parts of New Mexico, no problem. Get through Gallup, and the fact that they closed the city down, crazy. So now, you know, I'm an idiot for traveling in coronavirus time, so I'll own up to that. I wore my mask, hand sanitized the entire time, and I was limiting. I didn't touch anything, no contact, nothing. I did get gas, but I got gas, had my hand sanitizer ready, knocked all that out, and then got back in the truck after everything was sanitized, and no one else was really around. So I think I was good on that. But it's crazy. It makes me really wonder. You know, I understand that places are getting hit more, you know, severe than others. It's just crazy to actually go through a town that's actually closed down, and the National Guard has been pushed out there to help control it, which is really eerie, but interesting to say the least. So I talked to the hotel lady, and she's no mask. She's like, I just go from here to home, and that's it. So she's like, but apparently it's pretty bad here. So I don't know if the death rate is here or anything like that. You know, it's kind of a small town. I'm not sure what because I'm assuming their hospitals out here are probably maybe not on par with some of the other better hospitals, just because it's out in the middle of nowhere. But that could be a complete false misconception that I just made up. I don't know. But I really hope everyone here the best. But I'm going to keep passing through. I think my next opportunity is going to be Flagstaff, which is 2.5 hours away. So that's not amazing, because that's going to be putting me a lot of hours. And then if I was to drive straight through, I wouldn't get home until about 5 o'clock in the morning. essentially at that point put me over driving. I'd be up for over 24 hours and driving. I really don't like to do that because I think it just puts me too much at risk and others as well. So if worst comes to worst, I'll pull over somewhere and rock the seat back and kind of go from there. But on the good news, good news, I did see that this got 18.3 miles per gallon. So I pulled over a couple cities back or towns and noticed that the front tires were looking a little low. Should have checked them. They were sitting at 32 psi hot. I was using the gas station's air trap, so who knows how accurate that really is. But it was saying 32 to 34 psi. So I put them all at 40. And before I was getting the best of 16.2 according to the head unit here. Now I'm getting 18.3, so that's a huge gain for me, especially since I'm going to be covering, I think it's 1,500 miles total. So I am loving that, and right now I'm actually 17.9, which is amazing. And as soon as I put it on cruise control here, we'll go from there. So passing a sign says Holbrook, 89 miles. Flagstaff was 189, which I'm not excited about. So we'll see. I'll probably just pull over somewhere and maybe find an exit that's nowhere out there, lock the doors, talk to my thumb, and cry myself to sleep. Kidding about the thumb. But yeah, see what happens.
Unfortunately, the GoPro ran out of memory, so I wasn't able to finish off the rest of the trip recording. But I kept driving through the night right outside of Flagstaff, Arizona. I pulled over for a couple hours, got some sleep, and then continued on. I made it to Rancho Cucamonga right around about 9 a.m. So overall, the trip was a success. With the factory radio, I ran into some issues. I removed the passenger seat and found that the factory digital amplifier, the Mark Levinson one, was removed and replaced with an analog amplifier. As I started digging behind the dash, I found that the previous owner installed a second factory head unit under the dash and kept the factory head unit on the actual dash. So scratched my head for a little bit, decided I want to go ahead and scrap the entire system and go with a Tesla style dash, which is going to be running off of an Android tablet. So once that comes in, I'll go ahead and give an update on that. The nav actually works perfect. No DVD was needed. The issue was the navigation was never plugged in. So as soon as I plugged that in, I regained everything with the exception of sound to the speakers, and it works pretty great. The AHC, or the automatic height control, I'd never used one before, so I didn't understand the parameters of it. So once I remembered that, or once I read that you have to have the vehicle on and the doors closed for it to go up or down, it works great. So with that said, overall this vehicle I think is going to be a great addition to the family, and I can't wait to start ripping into it and modifying it and kind of personalizing it. If you'd like to come along for the journey, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, as well as leave a comment if you have any questions, or of course any comments below. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the trail.